What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm your adorable woman, Airesadora, and this is Adorable Woman TV, where we inspire great affection towards women all over the world. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe, like, and tap that bell for notifications because I don't want you to miss a beat. And let's go.
Stop me now, won't stop me now.
I'm very excited about today's show because this was another recommendation that I got from you, my viewers. Thank you so much. And you wanted to know what was my process of songwriting. And actually, I've never really put much thought into that because I try not to overcomplicate the process. I'm the type of person that if I get to thinking too much, I'm gonna mess it up. And that's just the truth. Like, I gotta stay out of my head, man. I gotta stay out of my head because if I go too far and too deep and then I start overthinking, and it's just gonna be a mess. So I actually haven't put a lot of thought into it, but I don't mind sharing what the experience is like for me. So here's my process to writing songs.
Okay, that's what I heard.
A perfect place to start. May have made it. Do it again. You. A perfect place to start. You may have made it skip a beat, but you'll never break my heart.
That's what I.
It's how we do.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's do this. Ad-libs.
You know, it's how we do.
I know what I'm gonna do now.
You know, it's how we do.
So when I first get a track, I guess for me, I listen to everything that's going on in it. I try to feel as many of the instruments as possible. I listen to the bass, I listen to the kick, I listen to the snare, I listen to the colors, I listen to everything that I possibly can. The piano, the guitar, whatever is there, and whatever leads me or whatever sticks out to me the most, that is actually what I go with. And I try to write the best song for the track. One thing that I learned about myself too is if I don't go with the first melody that comes to me, I'm probably gonna screw the song up. Okay, you can back that. Yeah, so again, that's me forcing myself not to overthink and not to think too deeply into the situation, because usually that first melody that comes to me is it. And if I go beyond that, or if I try to stretch it, or if I try to make it something that spirit doesn't want it to be, and I start going against the grain, then that's usually when I mess it up. That's a tip that I can probably give to other writers out there. Go with your gut. Go with the first thing that comes to you, because that's usually it. And if we try to think too hard and try to, overdo it, then that's when we get messed up. And so once I get that initial melody, once I get that initial vibe of the record, then I begin to build upon that. Play back the hook. I know that needs to go before. I had an opportunity to work with a dope producer by the name of Dr. Jones with Monologue Records just recently. I went to LA and I had an opportunity to record at Gold Digger Studios. It is a super dope studio spot where you can basically work, sleep, and play. It's a hotel, it's a studio, and it's a nightclub, a bar, lounge, whatever you want to say. But it's so dope, and I had such a wonderful time there. The vibe of this session between he and Di was just really smooth. Like, it was crazy. And I try not to write any music unless I feel that spirit is present with me. And spirit for others out there is whatever you call it. It could be the universe, the ancestors, God, or whatever the case may be. but I have to feel whatever the record is. Like I have to feel the track. If I don't feel it, then I'm not going to be productive on it. So when I was with Dr. Jones, I walked into the studio. He's like this super, super dope, laid back dude. And he just starts going through tracks. And so he pulls up about 3 different tracks. And I'm like, yeah, I like them. I actually liked all of them. But he goes, hey, you know what? There's this one track that I actually just started working on. What's up? You want to hear it? I'm like, yeah. So he pulls up the track. He's like, I'm not done with it, but what do you think about this? And I'm listening to it and I'm vibing and I'm like, okay, yeah. I like that one. It grabbed me. What a lot of people don't know about me and my music is I write everything. Somebody just actually asked me this, and so I was like, yeah, let me make sure that I explain this. I do write all of my own songs. It's a challenge for me. It's something that I enjoy, and it's very satisfying to me to write my songs. Not that I'm not open to writing with other people, because I am. If y'all out there, you want to collaborate, make sure you reach out. I would love, love, love to see who's out there willing and ready. Let's get some work done. And so we're vibing. And so this one particular track just literally grabbed me. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's it. And so then I felt it and I'm like, as I'm vibing to it, I'm like, okay.
Don't matter if you can look. And now we're moving on with our lives. Imagine us starting another day.
Oh, that's it. And I kept it. Getting the melody, listening to it, and just letting it sit with me. I also try to visualize the music video. On top of me visualizing the music video, I'm visualizing performing it live on stage. And I'm also visualizing like a grand tour. That's just how I am when it comes down to me writing these songs, and I'm kind of putting it together in my head. Like I put entire shows together in my head when I'm writing songs. So I'm not just thinking about what it is right now, I'm thinking about what it should be in the end and how I want it to be presented to the world. So we get the melody down, and I actually don't put words to it. I try to just da, 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 and I just hum my way through the whole track. That's when you know that you're operating in spirit, because now it's like you're taking in a download from the universe, from God, and you're just flowing, you're open, and you're very vulnerable, and you just let that flow through you. And I love that experience, because a lot of times as you're humming, and I know a lot of writers out there can relate and they understand where I'm coming from, as you are humming, words pop out. And so you may get a few sentences, a few lines, and in those words, if you hum a word, or if you accidentally, there are no accidents, if you accidentally say a word, chances are it's supposed to be there. And so those accidental words that I come up with, or that come streaming out, I actually keep them there and I work around it, and I build the song around what's just coming out and what's coming forth. So now that we have the melody, the lyrics are beginning to build itself. Once I get the foundation of the song, now I want to decide, what are we talking about here? What is the overall theme? What is the message that we're trying to convey to the audience, so that we can tie it all in together? The next phase for me is layering harmonies, putting in ad-libs, backgrounds, and really fully constructing the song. It's really difficult sometimes, because for me, I want to make the embellishments, the vocal embellishments, a lot. And after working with producer Ron Carroll, it's interesting because he taught me how to scale back. And before I got with him, I was accustomed to making things elaborate and 1,000 layers, and you need this note and that harmony, and you want to make that a dissonant, you got to do this. And he just taught me how to really simplify. And so that's something that I really, really pride myself in my ability to do, is really keep a song simple. Simple goes a long way. You know, my manager, who passed away when I was about 10 years old, used to always tell me less is more. And so I actually keep building upon that. So now that we have the melody, the foundation is laid, we have the theme, we have the lyrics, it's all put together, we have our song. And honestly, the song that I wrote with Dr. Jones is incredible, and I cannot wait to present it to you. I'm super, super excited. So please be on the lookout for that. If you have any questions for me, or if you want to know anything more about my writing experience and how I come up with songs. So that's it. I mean, that's my process. That's how I write songs. That's how I put it together. And I sit with them too. I don't just say, oh, this is the song and it's done. No, you know, it's important to go back over your music and make sure that it's saying what you want it to say. Make sure that it feels good. Make sure that the frequency of the song is exactly where it needs to be. So that's it, y'all. I'm your girl, Airesadora. Be sure to find my music on all digital platforms: SoundCloud, Tidal, Apple Music, all of that good stuff. Spotify, stream and check it out. All right, more music is on the way. Peace out.